activity. So I
gotta load in my show.
All right, so we are live now. So now I can, beautiful. Now I can quit this. Activity. Okay. So do you all know about Activity Monitor? So first of all, welcome everyone. Sorry. Welcome to Ecamm for Educators. So I'll start with a fail. So, and oh wait, let me also open. So the other day I was running the Zoom test kitchen and people were like, you know, David, like forever your quality has been crummy. So I looked in I went to my Zoom settings, here statistics, and I was sending like 320 or something like that. Now it's good. And then I went over here to my activity monitor. I looked at my CPU usage. All right, let me get this guy out of the way. I looked at my CPU usage and it was like, I had like 10% that was idle. I was using like 40% or something. So I started dumping stuff and I turned everything off and I dipped and I pressed this and that and the other thing. And none of that worked. And you know what finally worked? It's the craziest thing. I unplugged my docks and I plugged them back in. Like there's something about the docks when you have these, I don't remember, I can never remember if it's dock or hub, but you know, like the beefy ones with the beefy power cable.
That's a dock.
Yeah. That every once in a while they will just cause us something. And so I literally unplugged everything. And then I opened my activity monitor. Wow, I got 80% idle. Fantastic. And then I slowly plugged things back in. And now I'm basically 40% idle. I'm running 60%, which is fine.
It's not bad.
No, it's fine. I'm still convinced that there's something else going on that I have not figured out yet, but at least now I'm sending 1080, which I was not before. So in any case, I share that.
What were you sending?
I was sending like 360 before. Oh. Like it was just smushing. It was incredible, smushing everything. So moral of the story is there continue to be a gazillion different things that impact your resolution. One of them, and I didn't realize this, is your CPU usage and how your docks can affect that. So go figure.
I had something come up at, I was with Ecamm, Jill, and Doc, and there was this thing called Card Party. It's a Pokemon show, whatever. And that was here in Seattle. And I was just running Ecamm. I think it was on my Intel laptop, one of the last Intel laptops.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I paid $4,000 for this thing. I'm going to get it until it just literally will not start up or Apple stops supporting it. You know, I got a cube, you know how I hang on to stuff. I've got a cube sitting up in the closet here. So this tells you, but the machine was just going, it was like the fans were all at high speed and everything. I was just demoing a very simple scene in Ecamm, and, I just quit Ecamm and I restarted Ecamm and everything was back to normal after that. Yeah. And I was doing the exact same scenes, everything was the same. So just goes to show you, sometimes something goes wonky on you, and sometimes that cable guy that you call because your internet's not working properly and he says, well, we'll unplug the modem and plug it back in. That's a good place to start, at least.
I agree.
So,
yeah. I agree. Let's just let's say hi. Steven's here. Hi, Steven. How you doing? Oh, we can't hear you, Steven.
All right.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some crazy tech issues yesterday, so my space is still hanging with backups and stuff. And,
wow.
Yeah. But it's
I'm
funny.
so glad you say that.
Was it your fault or was it the AWS outage?
Can I blame that? That'd
Sure.
be great.
Sure.
That'd be great if I could blame that. No,
Because
it wasn't.
Zoom was down. I
It
mean,
wasn't. It wasn't the AWS outage. No, what? I'll tell you what happened yesterday. One of my hard drives, one of my older external hard drives that I don't really care about. It just crashed like noisily, like gears were flying off inside, type of noise. And it's talking about hub. It sent some sort of message up my hub and killed everything in my hub. So all of a sudden, my mic died, my stream decks died, everything like went goodbye. And I just needed my camera back and my mic. So I just kind of unplugged everything frantically and then plugged in directly into my Mac Mini. But it was kind of funny because I also dropped this end of my backup mic into my coffee cup.
Oops.
So
no.
I'm just telling people, I'm telling everybody this because
Well, wait, it wasn't energized, right? It wasn't energized.
No, but I didn't want to then plug it into my, into my my brand new $3,000 Mac Mini. So, anyways, so having said, I tell that to people. What?
$3,000 Mac Mini?
Yeah. What did you buy?
Your Mac Mini.
Got 8 terabyte model? Is that what it is?
First of all, so you know what you just said about you unplugged your hub and you got your processor speed back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have been good if I heard that before I upgraded my Mac Mini.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Because,
oh boy.
Well, all I can say now is the following. Okay, my Mac Mini M1, 5 year, I've had it since day one it came out. It was smoking. It was great. It's now in my wife's office, so it's been repurposed. So that saved me buying a MacBook Pro M5 that my wife will never need. Is this being recorded? Yeah, okay. So anyways, yeah, my wife thinks that if you use Microsoft Word on Mac, you need an M5. So, and in any case, so I saved that. But I was up like you. I was like at 90% usage, and I just couldn't thin it out. So right now, just to make everybody jealous, I'm running Zoom. I'm running, obviously, Ecamm. I've got about 40 different tabs open in 3 different browsers. I've got 15, 20 apps open and about 50 documents because I'm cleaning everything up. And I'm using 8% of my system. I've got 73% idle.
So there's definitely something wrong with my computer because I've got one app open and I'm using 30%.
I'm not joking. And what's really funny is, and I'll tell you how we got to 3,000. First of all, I live in Canada, so 3,000 is Canadian. So drop it down to about 20.
Cut it in half.
Not really. No, but
I'm just kidding.
I know. Sometimes it feels like that.
No, he's still upset about the whole World Series thing.
The whole what?
Who, me? I'm not worried.
Yeah, the World Series.
I don't follow baseball. I grew up in New Orleans. I don't care about baseball. We don't.
Oh yeah, well,
it
was a tight game. It was a tight. Well, I live in Montreal, so I don't really care about Toronto. But
oh yeah, who cares about Toronto? Yeah, exactly.
So we have hockey, and we just die hard for as long as our team is winning, and then we abandon them as quickly as we can. Just saying, Montreal fans are terrible. It's like you never want to play for Montreal unless you're winning. So, yeah, probably about 2,200 US, I would say. So what I got was I did get the M4 Pro, and so right away you're jumping from the M4 to the M4 Pro, and I opted for 64 gig of unified memory, and the reason I did that was I didn't need more cores because I don't need the processor itself. I needed the headroom for the memory. And I just figured if I can future-proof this new Mac for 5 years, then it would be worth the extra. I probably could have saved about $800-900 by going a little bit more entry level. But I was only going to go from 16 gig to 24 gig. and I was already technically using, what's my CPU? What's my memory use right now? I'll tell you. My memory use right now is 42.
Were you saying CPU before or memory?
No, 64 gig unified memory.
Memory.
Oh, that's different. Okay, because my memory is great.
Yeah. So I am using, like right now, I told you I got tons of stuff open. So I'm using 42 gig of my 64 right now. But my CPU, which is running on the M4 Pro, it's like coasting along, like it could care less what I'm doing. So between the two of those, I got my speed back. You know, like you said,
right.
your 3.6 or your 3 whatever. So I got my speed back. But I don't think, had I unplugged my hub, I would not have gotten enough juice back. But I appreciate the fact that you mentioned that.
That's great.
But it wouldn't, I think I still would have bought. Hey, at least I figure I'm saving money because I almost bought a studio.
Can I take, I wouldn't. I have the, that's what I have now. I have the studio. If I had to do it now again, I'd get a mini.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
The only thing with with the studio is the GPU performance. And that's Yeah, the GPU performance, the like right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monitors, and Ecamm does not like that. Because it's a Mac with the M series architecture, the unified architecture means everything's being shared with everything. The the pathways between everything is now shorter because it's unified, which is great. That's what makes it appear to be much faster than, say, the old Intel machines. That said, it is also a limiting factor when it comes to sharing memory space with application space with display space. So going with a richer, hiring a GPU core is definitely the way to go when you're dealing with graphic intensive apps. But Ken and Glenn did not program for insane people like me. So and to be honest, I don't know. Most people, how many people on here have multi-monitor setups?
I do.
I'm not sure that's the right question. The right question may be, okay, how many people have 2 monitors?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just 2. So
how
yeah,
many have 3?
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
I have
how many 2? 4.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. Well, I already said how many I have. So, but anyway, yeah, that's I've been looking at the studio too, and I'm waiting until the M5, at least the M5 Pro or M5 Ultra or Max comes out, and for the same price. But I mean, David, you got a beast of a machine in terms of the processing power.
It's the M1. It's the M1, it's the M1 Studio. None of the other studios, frankly, have been the leap hasn't been, the 4. If there was an M4 studio, I would get that, but I don't think that's out yet. It's great. I just ran into this issue the other day. I think another reason maybe to opt for a studio is just the number of not USB, Thunderbolt
ports.
3 port drivers, because I have a feeling that that's actually at the core of what I'm dealing with, because I have to run DisplayLink for one of my monitors.
Sure.
And there are a couple other things going on. So in any case, but yeah, Ecamm uses a lot of
I was going to say, I'm glad not to be running DisplayLink anymore, because my M1, I had to run DisplayLink to get my 3 displays running, and I can do native on the M4 Pro. I can do, like on the new Mac Mini, I could do native 3. So no more DisplayLink, because DisplayLink every now and again would do some silly things, and I'm sure everybody that's used it.
I'm only running it because the what do you call it? The prompter uses that.
Right.
That's the protocol that it uses.
I do have a quick tech question if anybody's running into this. If not, I'll just move on. But the last few days, I've noticed that when I launch Ecamm, And then I go not integrated Zoom. I go non-integrated Zoom. I'm getting a freaking beach ball, and I can't log in. Like Zoom is just like trying to open the window. I get to the splash page, the Zoom splash page, and then it's trying to put me in. It just beach balls me. As soon as I close Ecamm, it connects right away, and then I open Ecamm second, and I have no problem. Now with integrated Zoom, I have no issue, and I don't often go non-integrated anymore. I was just wondering if anybody else was encountering that. I don't even know where to troubleshoot that.
I just launched Zoom.
You know what?
And it just came up. So
what do you say? It worked for you, Jeremy?
I just launched it while we're talking. It kind of stuttered a little bit because it's like, hey, what are you doing? Is Zoom already running? But yeah, it's running right now. I mean, you guys can hear me. I'm still here.
Yep.
So
no, I even reinstalled Zoom. Like I reinstalled Zoom because every now and again, Zoom does something stupid also. And I reinstalled Zoom. So I don't know if anybody else is experiencing it. If not, I'll go onto forums and I'll find it somewhere else.
There is something to be said for opening things in a particular order. I'm thinking of Apollo 13, or and they had to like decide what they were going to turn on in a particular sequence. So I wouldn't put it past Zoom to that maybe that's a thing, but it's not a known bug that I know of.
That's okay. I just figure this group might, if it was something more known, probably this group would have already encountered it. I'll go ahead. I'll do my own troubleshooting. If and when I figure out what it is, if it's anything that, worthy of sharing, I'll share.
You're holding your Mac wrong.
You're holding your Mac wrong.
Sorry, that's from the iPhone 4 days, I believe.
Yeah. Dick joined us. Hey, Dick, how are you? And Randall, Dick, I've frozen, it looks like. And Randall joined us. How you doing, Randall?
Hey, guys. Sorry running late. Just one of those days.
No, it's so good to see you here. And Tatiana's here. She's just not on camera. She's driving, I think.
Oh. What's up, guys? It's crazy. Crazy day, crazy life.
That's all right. As long as it's for good, that's all that matters.
Yes. Thankfully. While we're sharing weird oddities, I wanted to share, maybe you guys already know this or it's happened, but I have my Sony ZV-E10 connected in Ecamm, and I also have a Logitech C920. And what's been going on is I go into Ecamm and it doesn't pick up the camera, even though I can tell it's connected. So what I've done is I open up QuickTime, I start a new movie recording to make sure that the camera itself is working, connecting to my Mac, and it is. And then once QuickTime picks up the camera, then Ecamm picks up the camera. So I just wanted to give you a trick workaround if any of you experience anything like that. That seems to have done the trick for me a few times now, but I don't know why that's happening or what it could be.
You're in Tahoe?
I think so. Is that a known issue?
No, not necessarily, but I'm just wondering if you're running the latest Mac OS.
I'm not in front of the computer to check right now, but I believe I am.
Okay. Well, I'm on the beta for the 0.1 release, so there's already a lot of stuff being fixed right now. So, you can always download the beta. That might be just an initialization issue with the camera. And it's also the C90s. How old is that?
I was just
I think I got it in 2019, 2018. It was before COVID hit.
Yeah. So there may be some issues with Logitech too.
During COVID, like everyone was fighting for.
Yeah, because I remember being so happy that I had one.
And now it's like a terrible camera. It's so funny.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And the exposure on it is terrible.
Really?
It just doesn't, it almost never gets it right. It has to be very specific lighting circumstances for it to look good.
Sounds like it's time to upgrade.
Yeah, it's just a little side camera that I use for things. So I'm like, I can't justify but yes, I have been thinking about, especially for presents coming up, like replacement upgrade. Yes.
Yeah.
I use my 920, or is it a 930? I don't remember, but I have one here that I just use as an overhead, like a top-down view, and I don't have that issue. So it's like really weird. It's funny how some of us have issue, don't have issue, and it's just same stuff. And who knows? I think there's some weird ghost in the machines that's just built in to mess with us, keep us humble.
Yeah, it's definitely not black and white. Like there's so many different pieces to it that can make or break.
You know, it's really interesting. My old business, I had a FedEx label printer that I used to, you know, send out my packages that I had, and it's from a company called Zebra, and I started shipping stuff out. I set up an Etsy store, so I'm shipping stuff out, and I still had this FedEx printer plus 2 rolls of labels. It works. I just plugged it into Mac OS and it just worked. I didn't have to do anything with it, which was super rad. And this thing's like, when I say it's old, it's probably 20 years old. So, you know, you just never know. Sometimes this stuff just, for whatever reason, you know, and a lot of it comes down to how many people. I honestly, like, if Apple takes over the driver development when they release the new version of Mac OS, it will work. But when you have some companies like Logitech who just like, oh, that's old, we're not going to support that anymore, and then they leave you in the dust, and Apple has no real incentive to support it either, then, you know, weird things can happen. So
Thomas was saying that he just got, oh, I'm sorry, Ed. No, Thomas just got the Insta360. Thomas, is it, this is what I'm on now, is the Insta360 link. Is that what you got?
yeah, this is what I've got, one of those too.
Yeah, Ed has one.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm not speaking because apparently
get that off the screen.
Yeah.
Did you get the link or the new one, or which one did you get? Because there's like a new fancy
I got the link C.
Oh, the C. Okay, so that's the one that doesn't move. That doesn't have the, which is it's the
Right.
same quality, right? If you don't need to move, there's no reason to get the other one. This is the Link 2, I think it is. Whatever, I don't know, but it's the original Link. It's the first Link that came out, and it's fine. I mean, it
works great.
Let me share this also. First of all, I got a Meet 2, which I'm loving my Meet 2, and I've had Insta. I've got another OBSBot. I should show you them all, except I remember what I said earlier. I yanked out all my plugs so I can't show you anything. But here's the funny thing, talk about an old camera. So I've got my Poodle Cam. Yes, my Poodle Cam is a GoPro 4 that is just connected into my into my hub, and it's fantastic. Instead of throwing it in the trash, it does everything that I need it to do. And I mean, I don't know how many years. I mean, they're on what, the 10, the 12, the whatever number they're on, and it's but the 4 was, I think, the earliest model that I could pull this off with still Ecamm and the systems that we're on today. So I'm all about plugging the dang thing in. If it works, it works. You know, it's like you said, like a label printer or a weird something. Oftentimes, like the plug and play really does plug and play.
So the Insta3, just so everyone knows, the Insta360, the original one, here's the original. So that's the original Insta360. And then the new one is the Insta360 II, which
It's 4K.
So the
I have
is 4K.
I have the 2. It's 4K and it's miles above. But what is interesting, a lot of you are talking about similar things I've been going through from the standpoint of looking at what I have, evaluating what I have, and some things I forgot that I had, and making it work for different purposes. So I have the Instalink 362.
This is the one you have?
Yeah, that's my main camera that I'm looking at. This is my main camera, but I use the other one if I want to do a side shot. But the other thing too, I'm noticing as I'm adding more accessories based upon use cases, that it's extremely important to use the manufacturer's cable, because I've been using some USB-C cables that are USB-C to USB-C cables, but not the manufacturer's one. And what I notice is, in terms of the wattage, but also I'm
Yeah.
sure some proprietary rationale behind it. Working on something for upcoming for my church. It's kind of a Q&A session, and I have a Thunderbolt OWC. I think it's like, I can't remember how many ports it has, but I forgot that cable at home. And I was like, oh, no, it's a problem. I just pull out a USB-C cable from my bag. Nope. Didn't work at all. And it was very frustrating to set stuff up. And I mean, it wasn't kind of a pre-production part right now, but it was like, man, had this been the regular thing, it would have been so embarrassing. So that's another thing I'm noticing in terms of keeping the manufacturer's cable and even labeling it, because after a while, you know, I kind of think a cable is a cable, but that's helped me to rethink kind of a minimalist approach to, okay, what do I want to achieve? And then match that with what I already have, rather than getting something and saying, I'm now going to use XYZ for something where I haven't really branched out and mastered the fundamentals of multiple camera shots and things of that nature. So something to think about.
Have you gotten the Doc has he did a video about the USB-C tester? Have you seen that video?
I have not. No.
Okay, so not all USB-C cables are created equal, and you know what they can handle, what they can't handle, is not easy to tell just by looking at them. I mean, some are, and it doesn't matter the shielding, non-shielding. If it's a thicker rubber cable, none of that stuff matters. It's where all the pins go from one end to the other. And there is a connector on. It's actually on Amazon. There is it's called I think it's USB-C tester, and that is the. Man, all that stuff that the manufacturers ship, it's just garbage. They will put in the cheap.
Did he freeze for everyone or just me?
Yeah.
I think he's gone.
We could
The
make
USB-C
David crazy.
police got him. They got him. He was just about to spill the trade secrets. They got rid of him.
That's
This is
so
what
true what
they
he was
manu-
saying about the cables.
Yeah,
So
the
true what he was saying
manufacturers.
about the cables.
Yeah.
It was the manufacturers that didn't want him to spill the beans.
I'm pretty sure I'm still using my original cable that came with my Insta360. It's been so long since I bought it.
Okay, so here's the next problem. When you buy the tester, I see they range in price from $12 up to over $100. So is the tester now even suspect? Do we need a tester for the tester? Because I know
you're probably looking at bit rate and how much data you can put through it.
Yeah, I have no idea what any of this is, but I'm just saying it's kind of funny. You know, it's like you got to still get the right tester. So we need somebody to. It's same thing with my amperage testers and stuff like that. It's amazing how, you know, a good quality one is accurate and a cheapy one is inaccurate.
I think the one Doc was talking about is I put the link in the chat. It's $42.69 right now. It's called from Tree Dicks or something, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Got a lot of new folks here. I haven't seen Michelle. I didn't say hello to you yet. Welcome to have you here. Good to have you here. Demetra has joined us. Did I say hello to Elise yet?
Not yet. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I'm got a bit more time on my hands, so I can come to these meetings that turn up at strange times in my time zone now.
Well, welcome. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to use Ecamm for teaching. I'm trying to use, I love the Insta360. I've got a stream deck, and I may even get into some live YouTubing stuff. I use it for making videos at Toastmasters as well.
Fantastic. Hey, Mac, how are you? Chiming in late today. We're happy to have you here.
Hi. Good to see you guys. I actually,
what's going on?
I've been out. I've been playing a little bit, so I came home, had grabbed some food, and said, No, Zoom meeting. I was like, okay, so chiming in a little bit later. Good to see y'all.
You too. So what else are people working on? What's going on? What troubles have you had? What questions do we have? Jeremy's back. Are you actually back now, Jeremy?
Yes, I'm back.
What happened, my lord?
I actually, believe it or not, I didn't talk about this yet, but I started working for Apple this week. So
excuse me,
maybe something happens.
What are you
I don't know.
Huh? What are you doing for Apple?
Right now, just working with a retail group, but we'll see how things evolve.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So I got to keep my mouth shut about. I guess apparently I can't say anything about USB-C cables and testing. But yeah, that tester that Doc pointed out is it has an exposed PCB board, so that's the one that he was showing, and whatever that. It doesn't have to be a fancy pants thing. All it does is it lights up. You connect one end to one end and one end to the other, and then boom, it goes. So, yeah. Anyway.
By the way, those things are great. I just had to upgrade my switch in my home because I work out of home, and I was going from a 1 gigabit switch to a 10, and I had another tester, Ethernet cable tester, because I totally forgot what the heck I was running through my house, and if it could even carry the dang extra juice, and thankfully it did. So just plugging these little testers, it's a great thing to have in your what do you call it, your emergency kit, or just to make sure you can find the fault somewhere. It just it's so much better than yelling 3 flights of stairs. Is that working? It's like,
yeah. David, I don't know if we talked about this in the last meeting or not, but of course, Elgato's been updating their Stream Deck software and whatnot. And my the companion app that I've been talking about for a while, as far as remote being able to control your Stream Deck, or send signals to remote productions and things like that. It looks like they're sunsetting the cloud implementation of this, which means that if you have a remote client, you won't necessarily be able to do things like as if you were there locally. But the virtual Stream Deck that is now available with Elgato kind of negates this issue. The only thing is that you have to have a physical Stream Deck for that to work. Have you guys played with the virtual Stream Deck at all?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You mean the one that you put buttons on your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So
how does that work?
Well,
does that mean you can use your Stream Deck from a remote computer?
Yeah. So here I am. This is a computer that's 60 miles away. And I can just, tab it, and then right there I can set, so I can say, click that, and boom. So I don't need to have any external apps. The only issue is that, let's say I decide to take the Stream Deck from or remove it from the computer. It needs to be plugged in every 30 days for that to remain active. Yes.
That's such a strange requirement.
Wow. So does it require? Obviously, it requires you to set up an account.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You can activate it with the Stream Deck app. The one that they sell
I've got the normal
on
app.
The App Store.
I'm not sitting in my office at the moment, but I got the normal Stream Deck app.
Yeah, you can activate it with the app. That's fine, but you need to have a physical Stream Deck connected to the machine every 30 days for this to work.
Mine's permanently connected, so that's not a problem.
Right. I was going to say, so there's not one universal Stream Deck traveling around the world giving everybody free virtual stuff.
It's probably done for security because they want your Stream Deck. Because so I've got mine doing all sorts of things, from controlling Ecamm to controlling Zoom, controlling even just shortcuts to banking websites. Because it's easy to press a button and go straight to a particular website. So they've probably done that for security.
Well, what's nice about this one too is that because it it is an actual Stream Deck implementation, I can run my Ecamm scenes here as well. So, it's not just camera control. So I can move the camera, of course, but if I wanted to say, switch to the him scene, I can do that. Or I can, go back to my opening scene, whatever. So I've got both Ecamm, and this is a big problem on with the companion app, was that there was no really good Ecamm implementation, so that you couldn't trigger Ecamm events through this. So you had Ecamm running, and then you still had to manually navigate, and then you had your Stream Deck, and it was just kind of it was a hassle. So anyway, I just thought if you have any remote production opportunities, it's good virtual, but virtual locally, but I don't necessarily see the need, except if you don't want to give the appearance that you're reaching for something while you're on camera, right? So you got your virtual Stream Deck right there. But other than that, I mean, for remote applications, it's golden. It's really nice.
I'm starting I've got a group of early elementary kids here, and we're starting a show. And we're going to use Ecamm, but I don't want them touching my Ecamm. So I'm going to use Stream Deck buttons on an iPad. I'm going to use the mobile version of Stream Deck and just let them, bang away on the iPad, and it'll be perfect. Yeah. All right. So Geraldine wants to know more about what each person teaches, and maybe we could do a breakout after that. A couple people like the idea of breakouts. So let's do this. Let's do a quick round robin, like a minute or less. What's your area? What are you focused on? What are you teaching? And then maybe we can do breakout sessions based on what everyone says. Thomas, do you want to kick us off? You want to get started?
Sure, as long as my voice isn't too. Is that so hot?
You know what? Do me a favor. Scratch your microphone for me.
He's got a pop filter on it.
No, but even so, we should be able to. I don't think you're using that microphone.
Doesn't sound like it. Just tap the. Even just tap it.
Yeah. In Ecamm, make sure that you're using the right microphone, because it doesn't sound like you're using the right microphone. While he's working on that, Geraldine, what do you teach?
I teach sewing and crafting techniques with multiple cameras and video support, virtually and in person, and I give lectures on those topics.
Living water quilter.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is very awesome. How many cameras do you use for your setup?
It varies, but I'll have one for myself overhead, and then one on a machine and or a cutting table. So sometimes four, as many as four, sometimes three.
Awesome. Every time I hear someone is using multiple cameras, I have multiple cameras, but I rarely use them. I'm always grateful that I'm a one camera guy when I hear because the idea of having to manage multiple cameras sometimes feels overwhelming to me.
Well, it's quite easy, actually.
Well, no, you're right. With Ecamm,
you just
it is,
switch with Ecamm from one camera to the next.
No, you're right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Absolutely. And as long as it's all set up, the only challenge is having the right number of connections so that you can have that seamless transition.
Yeah. Darren, what are you teaching?
So I'm a high school literature teacher by day, but by night I use my superpowers for Ecamm. So primarily for Ecamm, it's based upon my church consultation. So I do a number of different training sessions and webinars. I actually have one coming up this weekend, as well as working on some courses too. So really have my home base in the home studio, but literally slowly but surely building my gear to take the show on the road, if you will. So, yeah.
Nice. Fantastic. Randall,
I use mine for multiple reasons or for multiple ways. I teach graduate counseling classes, so group counseling, and then I do supervision in that for counselors who are actually working with clients. And then I do online telehealth counseling, marriage counseling, and individual counseling. And then lastly, I do online CEUs for professional counselors, so teaching.
So you do like what BetterHelp type of thing, like online counseling?
No. Well, I mean, I don't do BetterHelp. It's just my private practice. I just offer an online version, a telehealth version, so they don't have to come to the office.
Gotcha. I tried one of those and I quit because, and this is just, it's my own fault. Because the guy wasn't looking at me. Like, because he didn't have the setup to be able to look at me. And, you know, that connection is what therapy is all about. And because he couldn't look at me, for me, it didn't work.
In my practical and internship classes, some of them will do online counseling as part of their internship, wherever agency they're at. But when they do the class, I make them set it up. For the class, they have to show up as if they're doing a session, which means camera at eye level, proper, headphones, proper mic. I talk to them about that, right? Because it's already difficult as it is to do it over telehealth, much less not be looking at the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Stephen, I know what Stephen teaches.
There you go.
There you go. Let's talk money.
So 2 words, money empowerment. First of all, I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And yes, and so my thing, if you will, is all about money empowerment. And it's prior to the pandemic, I did everything live in person, traveling all over the US, Canada, and Australia. And then I ended up sitting behind a desk and realizing I've got to make a pivot because my next 20 gigs were canceled. So that's kind of the life that so many professional speakers had to endure. And then I played around with this thing called OBS at the beginning, and it was fine. Well, that's not a bad word. I mean, I'm just saying it was the learning curve was a bit interesting, and what I found was there was no support. Not real support. I mean, there was support, but I'm not a forum dig around subreddit guy. And then I soon got turned on to Ecamm, and there, because I was already on a Mac, so it was no big deal. And I realized that there was a real thing called the Ecamm fam, and that everybody was really trying to. So it was such a community of helping each other that I mean, one of the reasons I'm here today, honestly, I'm just this is some downtime for me. Like, I'm literally taking this hour just to reconnect with you guys, because I've had a really busy week and I'm just like over the top of my head. So this is a great way to sort of just decompress and get feedback and hear other things that other people are doing. So yeah, that's my thing.
Love that. Love that so much. We did Darren. We didn't do Dick. Dick.
Yeah, hello. For me, it's good evening, but yeah, I'm living in Sweden and I teach in the Netherlands, always remote. I just came out, a class. I was teaching to bachelor students who are working, so they do in their evening hours. They study, business administration. I do also the masters. And yeah, what I use is just also one camera at the moment. I need 2 because I have also to show some, they have to build something with Arduino, little kit they have to build. So I can show them what's going wrong. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I do. I have a quite easy setup. The Stream Deck, very easy, and I do all my presentations by Keynote. I like that, and yeah, it's handy to have Ecamm then, because I'm working as a virtual camera in another setting called Vitero. It's from Germany. That company does have that only, not Teams or Zoom or whatever. They don't use that. And that's yeah, quite a struggle, because that's made for Windows. I can only use PowerPoint on that, so I like the keynotes. I use that, and the only struggle I have at this moment is in keynotes I put in my videos. If I have a video, I embed it in keynotes, and if I play it, I will not have the sound on the system. So it's only I can hear it. I don't know if someone knows what setting I'm doing wrong, but
Wait, you can hear the sounds coming out of Keynote
yes,
in your Ecamm presentation?
yes, I can hear it, but
You
it
can hear
goes
it,
not
but your
through.
people can't hear it.
Yeah, my students cannot hear it. It does not go through Ecamm to like I'm speaking. Yes.
Are you?
Right.
So have you in your preferences? Let me
Preferences.
pull it up so everyone can see. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
Pull up Keynote now.
Yep. So if you jump into your preferences
Yes,
and you go
just a moment.
to audio.
System preferences. Just
No,
a
not
moment.
system
Where is
preferences.
that?
The Ecamm preferences.
Yeah,
And then the keyboard shortcut is Command comma.
I have my audio. Yes.
And then you see there's capture system audio about a third of the way down.
Yeah.
And that needs to be either on when screen sharing, although I wouldn't recommend that, or all the time.
Then all the time, because I have the when sharing the screen, I have it on.
So, here's how that works and when it sometimes won't work. That doesn't work when you're doing a scene like this, for example, where I've brought in a screen share overlay. That setting doesn't work for this. It will only work when the scene type that you've selected up at the top is a screen share. So if you want audio to come in from your desktop when you're not in a screen share scene, then you have to turn this all the time.
Yeah, because I'm playing my my keynote in this not as a screen, but just that little screen on your screen.
A side by side like this.
Yeah, something like that, and then I put it a complete screen, because else on the other, else Ecamm will not pick it up complete on
Right. So that's the sticking point. Let me open a keynote.
That's the sticking point. But okay, thank you. I was looking for it for where in this system I have to. There was something to put the sound through. It was not that. So, yeah.
This is
okay. Try this one.
So I've got a keynote running in a screen share, as it were, and I know it doesn't fit. Sorry about that. Oh, actually, it does kind of fit. And but it's you wouldn't hear the audio unless I had that set to all the time, or if you're routing your audio separate. So I route my audio differently. So that's why I have mine set to never, because I want to send my system audio in separately. So.
Okay. Yeah. No, I do it by my system. What I say, I have an easy setup, just my notebook, and I have a big screen next to it, because, yeah, it was too much switching screens.
Yeah, I got you.
David, would Dick also have to have turned on the all system audio from the desktop, from the Ecamm desktop? Because I've noticed it'll either be muted or you'll get like a caution or whatever. So if you have it activated, but it's still muted, you won't get all computer audio. But if you unmute it, you will get all computer audio. So I don't know if that's related to
Right.
what his
So what
challenge
Stephen
is.
is talking about, and actually there was an update to this. So let me actually thank you. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. Let me actually make a friendly amendment to what I just said. So
Yeah.
I'm going to turn mine on to all the time just to demo this for you. All right. So now in my sound levels panel here,
Yeah.
I've got my main thing. I've got movie sound effects, and now I've got all system audio.
Yes.
To turn on all the time, you've got all system audio, and Steve is absolutely correct. You need to make sure it's not muted, right? If it's muted, obviously you're not gonna hear
work.
anything. Okay.
But
the other thing,
I don't have. I don't see that one.
so that you have to have it turned on to all the time in your
Yeah,
preference.
I have all the. I have all the time in my preferences, and I see only my MacBook phone, movie, sound effects, Safari, and Zoom guests.
So is
Oh,
there
it's
a,
probably Safari.
yeah?
It's probably
Is
the one
there
that says
a
Safari.
is there a little arrow next to Safari? Drop
Yeah.
down? Yeah. So click on that,
Yes.
and you'll see all the other options. So this is kind of a new thing that they added. And
Great.
you
It's
can
great,
now
actually,
have
'cause-
either all system audio, or you can identify, I only
That's
want
really
audio coming from here. So what's great about this is you can say,
Yeah.
play my audio from Keynote, and then
Yeah.
all the bings and bops and boops that are on your system won't go through. So that's
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That is so
Yeah,
awesome
like
that they can do that.
random messages.
Yeah, bings and bongs, and I use VoiceOver, which is a screen reader for low vision people. I don't want that coming through. And I was about
Right.
to ask, how can I isolate that? So if I can just set it to one amp, like in the gentleman's case, Keynote, that would be really cool.
Yes.
David, are you using a Rodecaster? Or are you
Oh, are you asking? Did you say Stephen or David?
David?
Oh, sorry.
Are you using a Rodecaster?
Yeah, I have a Rodecaster Pro.
Okay, so yeah, that's how I isolate things. I put all system audio on one channel, and then
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh, so
The truth is that I think if Ecamm for Zoom, I mean, I have multiple computers that I'm bringing audio in for, so that's a little different. But if Ecamm for Zoom had existed when I first started this whole mess, I probably wouldn't have needed the Rodecaster Pro, because I really got it so I could separate the Zoom audio out. But so
Still a fun toy.
it is a fun toy. Let's keep going around with Ed.
Thank you.
We didn't get to you, Ed.
Hey there, do you hear me?
We can hear you. By the way,
Yay.
that is a nice shot, Ed.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. I am a keyboard player and I teach songwriting. I live in Seattle. I teach down at a university in LA called Concordia. I teach online for them, and Ecamm is just unbelievable for that work. And I thought I'd just show you a couple of things I do. I've got a Stream Deck as well. And for instance, in this case, I can show you this is my iPad showing you a score for a piano piece I've written, and I've got my keyboard below where I can play it. And David, this is driving me absolutely crazy, but some days it's like odd number of days of the week it works, even numbers it doesn't. Where my audio for my keyboard sounds won't, so you don't hear keyboard right now.
Right.
And it's like I hold my right leg up and hold my breath, and it's crazy. And anyway, I can't make that work today, but this is an interesting thing.
Wait. Hold on. That doesn't sit well with me. Can we try and figure that out? I'd like you to.
I wish we could. In fact, Jeremy helped me some, and it's like I can't. It won't be consistent.
So talk about your routing. Explain your audio routing.
Okay, I have the Duo. I have the Rodecaster Duo, and in Ecamm. Well, my system is set to the Duo chat, and my Ecamm microphone is set to Duo chat. And then I use a program called Sunday Keys. That's a standalone app for great keyboard sounds and stuff. But I've set that to the main stereo in the Duo, and I've also tried the chat. My reason to separate it from the chat is that I like, if I want to play along with a click or some source, a metronome from my computer, I have to have that coming separately from whatever. And today I taught, and my student couldn't hear my piano, and I don't understand why
So
it
Ed,
varies.
if you've got your, let's make it simple. If you've got your mic on the chat channel and you've got your keys on the stereo channel, you need to make sure that you have two different inputs into Ecamm.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
And I see on my sound levels, I see the Duo chat respond to my voice, and I see it. Well, actually, I changed the keyboard. Thanks for your patience with this. Now I had it set to the chat in my keyboard sounds app, and it wasn't showing up. Do you hear piano?
So, no, but do you have another audio input device on Ecamm in your sound levels window?
I do, yes. I see the Rodecaster Duo chat and main stereo.
Okay, so
and now
there you go.
Now you hear it?
We can hear it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Well, it's my right leg wasn't up. I'm sorry.
No. Wait. Ed, what did you
wait?
just
Try
do?
again. Try again.
What did you just do?
Yes.
Do you hear it?
What did you just do, though?
David, I had done that before as I was trying to get set up to share with you guys, and it's just strange. Now it's working.
What did you do?
Oh, I switched in the keyboard app. I switched its output to be to the stereo, which I had it in before.
That. Yeah.
But so now that we've solved my user error situation, this is a pretty cool thing for a keyboard teacher. For example, I've got my GoodNotes app set up with the documents loaded into it. I can make a note here. I can say crescendo here, and it allows me to do real time coaching or analysis of a chord here, like a D minor, 7, whatever. So that's really cool. And then I also have a bunch of, for instance, today I came up with, I was teaching a student and she was having trouble with some intervals in music. So I was able to I just have a blank sheet of paper handy in GoodNotes, and I was able to make notes about what we were talking about. I also keep manuscript paper on hand where I could write out music if I needed to write a melody for a student or whatever. So, and one more thing, and I can also hide my keyboard if I want to. So, yeah, so the keyboard can go away if I choose to with it. That's just a hotkey on the Mac. I don't use a Stream Deck for that. But also, this is interesting. I won't take much more time here, but I could write a bunch of options for a real-time exercise with a student and whatever. So it's fantastic for teaching.
It's such a God, you're using it in such great ways. Can I nitpick one little thing?
Please do.
Go back to the other scene, the pip scene.
Okay.
And can you do me a favor and just make yourself higher in the frame? Like no, don't move your camera. Like
in the frame. Yes, I see what you mean.
Because
Thank
you. You're too low and it's bugging me.
Yeah, and I don't want to bug you.
David's OCD is kicking in right now.
I am OCD. Oh my gosh. But it's I mean, look, you're just using it. You're using these tools so beautifully.
Yeah, this is amazing, Ed.
Something like that.
Thank you. That's so much happier now.
Should offer new consultations called "It's Bugging Me" consultations.
What's grinding my gears? That's what it is. David, if you use that, I want to cut. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, oh wait, real quick. I just want to we got Mac and Michelle left, and we're gonna. It's now after 5, so we're gonna have no time for breakout rooms. So that's okay. Mac, what are you doing?
Well, right now I'm fighting with these 2 new small microphones that I bought, or one. These Boya Magic, which I used in my teaching because they come with this 2 mics, which I have now.
What's it called? Sorry.
Boya Magic. Boya.
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 Yeah. Because they look like. They look like the Hollyland, which I actually just got, which I'm really enjoying so far.
Yeah.
They look almost exactly the same. Here's the little tiny Hollyland.
Yeah, sure. I know.
Yeah,
So
very
this is how
similar.
they look.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you said you're
And
fighting with them?
I'm happy with them, but when I use them in Zoom, the volume is always low. So now I have two of them just because I just got back from a gig with a colleague where we recorded everything with these two microphones placed in front of us, which is really a nice stereo. So you can do that through the app on the phone. And but when I come to Zoom and only use microphone as an input, my volume is very low. So I need to go to the highest setting in the microphone, and still I think it's quite low. When I test the microphone in Zoom, I was like, you guys sound really loud in my ears, and myself is like, where am I? So how do you read me?
I mean,
yeah, it's okay. Good.
You're a little low, but you're good.
Yeah, I mean,
let's compare. Give me a second. If I use microphone.
I'm going to hold on. I got some meters up for you. So your goal is usually between 20 and 24 in the in the left-handmost column.
In left-handmost
So
column.
see the number that's jumping up and down, 22, 21, 20, 19. See that number that's jumping? So pin me, or here, I'll just spotlight myself. So, and go ahead and speak for a little bit and see if you can get that number between 20 and 24.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In minus 15, that's me. Woo, 1, 2. Minus 10. Yeah, so I'm actually higher than 24.
No, you weren't at minus 10. You were around. You were in the 20s.
Okay, so it's still okay.
It's a tad low, but it's not terribly low.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of gain control on those wireless mics?
No. There is no. And when you put it in the system settings on a Mac, I cannot increase it, and I cannot increase it on in Zoom preferences either. But let's try this. I'll go to Rodecaster Pro, and now I'm using this microphone.
That is
world of difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Of course, it's so much better because it's a great mic and it's really close and all that. But I've tried to use these because they're great on a gig. Trust me. And I even recorded students when I teach guitar. So now we come to what do I do? I'm a professional musician since like 1983. Been playing acoustic blues, a little bit of jazz, gospel, ragtime, stuff like that. And when Ed said he was from Seattle, I know a guy in Seattle, Mr. John Miller, the guitar player, who I guess he's a name over there. And he plays fingerstyle jazz guitar, and he's been around since the late 60s, 70s. Absolutely amazing gentleman. A good friend of mine, and we teach together actually in the UK at the Blues Week guitar camp. Yeah, otherwise I do my in real life events on a small island here in southern Sweden where I live. And it's a guitar retreat for non-guitarists. So I don't care about, guitar players who are kind of half pros or something, wanting to learn chops. No, I want just average people, average Joe who would like to play a little bit more guitar in their busy lives. And I like to teach those guys. It's my thing. So I do that one-on-one in real life, but then we always kind of end up talking productivity, efficiency as a musician, how to practice best, how to find time and all that. And I have a great Notion set up for those things. So it's a kind of complete package. I like teaching anything, basically. I love helping people, just develop new skills or maybe be better at something that I can help with. So that's my thing.
It's awesome. Thank you so much.
Love the guitars bordering your screen. It's a good fit.
Excuse me?
The guitars bordering your screen that you're using as your backdrop, The guitar
I didn't hear this well.
The guitar backdrops on your screen?
Yeah.
Just love them.
Oh, that's the real guitars.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I was looking outside the picture. I thought it was a backdrop where you'd taken pictures. No, that
Oh.
didn't come off the ground. That didn't come off the wall.
I call
No,
it a heavy
he's
heavy
talking
metal
about-
guitar.
I'm
he's
talking about your
the
overlay.
frame. Yeah.
The frame
Oh,
overlay.
the frame. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, man. Randall. Sorry. I get
No,
it now.
it's
It's I draw in the picture from Ecamm Live, right? So this is my kind of main frame, and then when we're talking about more guitars and cameras used, this is my scene when I have 3 guitars. So I'll be in the upper frame with my head, and then one hand, my right hand. Picking hand would be in the small frame, and then the guitar neck and half of the body is going to be in that one. So that's how people, and I zoom in so that people really see in detail. I can angle the guitars, see my fingers from all kinds of angles, which is really appreciated. And yeah, I like doing that.
Very cool.
Yeah, this is my heavy metal guitar, man. Yeah.
Heavy metal. Love that.
Oh, a little blues.
No Stairway to Heaven. Hey, Michelle.
No stairway.
I haven't forgotten about you, Michelle. What are you doing? What are you teaching?
Oh, I'm a math teacher.
A math teacher.
Yes.
And to what ages?
I teach in the public school system, so I've taught all the way to Algebra 1.
Wow. And do you use Ecamm and technology in your teaching?
Now, I use it outside. I run a membership, well, 2 now, the Math Intervention Academy and Gap Closers.
Nice.
So that's what I do. I use it mostly for that, and I live stream.
Love it. Love it. Cool. Did I get everyone? Ed, Elise, did I skip anyone? I did not mean to skip anyone.
You may have forgotten to ask me.
Ah,
I'm Elise, sorry.
Please tell us.
I teach what they call access technology, which I teach people who are low vision and dealing with blindness. I teach either from home or in person, and I too have done the evil OBS thing, and I went to Ecamm because another colleague, a friend of mine, was using it, and she's totally blind actually. So she's had people help her set it up and line the camera up and all that sort of stuff, and she can use it with Apple VoiceOver. So I use it. I haven't got it set. Well, actually, I could switch it all on now, but basically, I've got a couple of Rode microphones here, dual monitors. I've got a mixer. I've got the Windows machine over there, so I can use the video capture card and have done so. Use the video capture card as well as various, running into a scene in Ecamm, so I can use my Stream Deck here to flick to that scene. So I can do presentations live because the audio goes straight in through the mixer, although it usually uses the Ecamm microphone, the Ecamm as well, because then I can add in sound effects if I have to, or it's just easier to run everything through Ecamm. And that works rather well. I've worked with blind and low vision children in the school setting with it remotely. I've used my own clients. I've got a lot more time on my hands at the moment, so I thought it's now time I started attending some of these classes that tend to crop up at all hours of the night and day because I'm from Melbourne, Australia. So you're all always on either really early in the morning or at some obscure time when I'm not up. And I thought, hang on, there was a notification there about this one, so I thought I'd jump in.
Awesome. So nice having you here. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I will have breakfast shortly. It's coming. It's gone 8 o'clock here in Melbourne.
I got to say something real quick. And Darren?
Yes.
Do you move?
Do I move?
Yeah.
Yes, I do move.
Okay, you do. Okay. David's like, I'm
a sitting meme. I'm very stoic.
I just gotta say, man, I've been watching you, and it's like you are perfectly framed at all times, and I don't know how you do it. Okay, now you're not. See, don't screw it up for me, man. Yeah. Don't do that.
Sorry.
So, but no, look, you're yeah, what you got going on. We've already talked about your background, so I'm not going to blow any more sunshine. But you're great. Like just the way that you present and everything like that. I'm really impressed by that.
Thank you.
I just wanted to point this out.
Hey, I also wanted just to throw in one quick comment about microphones, because I have a lot of experience with mics, and sometimes we forget that we have to find the right mic for ourselves. That
We
makes
can't
sense.
hear you.
Oh, did I screw this up?
God.
He's pulling your leg.
Irony.
Wait a second.
He's pulling your
You
leg.
can hear. You just made me check everything.
Yeah,
That's
what we say in Australia. That's what we say in Australia. You're pulling their leg.
Yeah. No, but he heard my problem before, and he said, "Oh, I could bring this right back and mess with him." So you got me. No, my levels are working. My thing's on. Everything's working. Son of a gun.
Sorry, Steven.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry,
okay.
Steven.
It's okay. Yeah, one day we'll figure it out. Be careful. It'll be good. Okay. I was trying to share all seriousness, but thank you. It was yeah. It was just about selecting the right mic for your voice, because when we heard some of the mics changing, it's not always the mic. It's just it's not always anything but having the right mic. That's why so many people use like Shure 57s or 58s, because they always sound stage worthy or whatever. When you get into a studio and you're recording professionally, I've been into studios where there are 25, 30 mics, and they'll give the singer 3-4 mics and try to match up. You have a bluesy voice, you have a rocky voice, you have this voice, that voice. So I think it's really good, David, because you have your little meter. I think it's also good every once in a while we should record ourselves and listen back. And if we do have multiple microphones, give them a try and see which ones really give your voice the type of sound that you want. And then don't forget proximity to the mic. I'm quite a ways away. I'm about 8-9 inches away from my mic, overhead mic. But if I get in real tight and hug that mic, I'm going to sound a lot more of that deep, resonant, type of voice. So just a reminder for everybody, especially if there's anybody new and you're wondering, how do I sound better? Sometimes you don't have to go out and buy another mic. It's just a matter of all things put together. And so just my 2 cents on mics.
Nice.
Good advice.
Honest to goodness.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. In advance, I'm sorry. And
No, you're not.
no, you're right. I'm not.
He's really
Very good laughter. I mean, I need a good laugh every once in a while.
I didn't do that. I didn't trigger that. So I don't know who did that. I didn't have anything to do with that.
No, that might have been me. Sorry.
All right, guys. So I think it's 5:20. I think I'll call it for today. But I'm so glad that you all came, and it was really cool hearing the different things that you're teaching. Michelle, I would actually love to hear more at some point about how you're using Ecamm.
For sure.
Also, I'd actually be really curious, because you're using it in the context of not a club. What did you call it?
Membership.
Membership. Thank you. I've thought a lot about that, and I haven't done it, and so I'd be really curious. Maybe next month, if you're able to tell a little bit more about that. In fact, that might actually be a really good topic, is to talk about like Ecamm in memberships and how to use it in that kind of a platform.
Are you guys here every week or every month?
We meet once. Well, I'm here all the time, but this crew meets once a month.
I can't keep David out of my house. He's everywhere.
I'll come on, because I've got a lot more time on my hands now, so I can attend, because all the Ecamm things go in my calendar. I just haven't been able to attend.
The third Tuesday, excuse me, if I'm here. And if you just go to ecammforeducators.com, the link is there, and all that other stuff. So, all right, my friends.
Thank you all.
Wishing you all a fantastic week.